Welcome to a 1UP 3D Blender tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be making a jungle tree. So it'll be in two parts. Part 1 is going to be the bark of the tree. Part 2 is going to be some moss to kind of make it more jungle-like. We'll get started on that. Going to create a new image. I'm going to want the height and width at 1000. In advanced options, you'll want to make sure your fill is transparency. Alright, and what we're going to start with, we're going to find a good base color for our jungle tree. I was looking around Google, and kind of what I saw of the jungle tree tends to be pretty dark bark. If the tree you're looking to make doesn't, just kind of try to find colors that match, but start with kind of a brown here. Add a new layer. And I'm going to use the lasso tool and kind of select a random area. Hit enter to select it. And I'm gonna make a very dark, almost black brown. I'm gonna dump it in there. And I'm gonna blur that layer with Gaussian blur. If you've noticed that I have a lot more options up here than you do, it's because I have a few plugins installed. I have a plugin package, so just follow closely where I'm going with everything, and I'll try to be very clear. But everything I'm using in this you should have with your basic GIMP setup. So we're going to change that to about 150. It's good. And gonna add some noise to that. HSV noise is good. You want to adjust these until they're probably somewhere around here, till you get kind of that grainy look. Now we're going to add a couple new layers. Let's do 3 of them. On this first one we're going to pick a very light color. We're going to dump that. On this next one we'll kind of another dark color. And let's see, one more. Do something that's a little bit of a more normal brown. I think I'm gonna move that underneath all of them. I seem to have a problem moving these. If you're having a problem moving your layers around, you can always go to Layer, go to Stack, and you have all these options here. So do that, and we're gonna take the lasso tool and just randomly select like this. If you have another way of doing this that you like, go for it. You hit enter to close that, and you can hit delete. Then we will blur it. 150 is probably about right, and we'll add noise again. And I think I want this layer to be the very bottom, so back to stack and lower that. Okay, and we'll do that to these other 2 layers. I'm going to pause it while I do that. Alright, we've done that. We've got this layer. I'm thinking I'm going to want to move this very dark layer that I did first up to the top, because I want it to be more of a dark than a brown. Yeah, I like that better. If that's not what you're going for, you can feel free to arrange the layers how you like. And so we're gonna merge these down. create a new layer with white, and we're going to change we're going to go to layer, scale layer. Make sure you unlock that so you can move these independently. I'm going to put this at about 35. I'm going to add noise. And this is a method I use a lot on wood. I'm going to look a little bit different on this one. Alright. So we're going to hide that. Go to Filters, Map, Bump Map. And we'll want to make sure that's linear. Got that layer. I'm going to want to turn down the depth. I don't want the vertical lines to be too prominent on this one. Alright. And I'm going to take this layer that I did the noise on, and I'm going to go to Filters, Renders, Cloud, Difference Clouds, and you're going to want to turn the detail all the way up to 15, probably put it on randomized, and you can move these around till you get them right. This should work fine for what we're doing. Oh, actually we're going to have to delete that because it's kept the lines in there. We'll just have to use a paint bucket to dump white in there. And we'll just have to do the cloud again. Alright. Now I'll hide that again. Go to Filters, Map, Bump Map again. And this time we'll want to use the map type of sinusoidal. I don't even know how to pronounce that right. I hope I do. There's not someone picky that's always getting upset during watching my tutorials because I'm pronouncing it wrong. Just get this to where you can. Looks kind of rough, not too much. Alright, that looks about right to me. And we're going to go to Filters, Map, Make Seamless. And I have a tree that I modeled very quickly that I'll apply this texture to so you can get an idea of what it will look like. I'll pause while I get that set up. Alright, so you'll want to export this. Alright, and you can select file type in here if you need to change it. Right now I have mine as a JPEG, but I'm just going to save this to my desktop just for convenience. And here's a setup I have in Blender. I didn't take a lot of time making this tree. Just kind of want to show you how an image will look on there. So for this tree I have it unwrapped using a cylinder projection and then align to object over here, in case you're wondering, because it's kind of difficult to map these kind of things without getting a lot of seams. And here in the texture I'll select the one we just made. Alright, looks fairly good. Just want to go in here and stretch it on the x-axis. Alright, yeah, that looks pretty good, about what I wanted. Alright, and in the next part of the, I have bump mapping on. That's what it looks like without bump mapping. In the next tutorial we're going to be adding moss to this texture. It will really make it look a lot more jungle-like, and you can use it on a wide variety of different textures like stone and all of that. So let me know if you have any questions and tune into the next tutorial. See ya.